Hi everyone. So the video I wanted to do today is for the stylish brow collection that MAC came out with. They came out with several items for brow grooming and all that jazz. I ended up getting 3 of the items that they had in the collection. I'm going to start off with this one. I got it in Deep Dark Brunette, and this is actually a fluid line brow gel cream. So it's fluid line consistency and you know, actual product is very much like a fluid line as well. So it means that it's long lasting and you can brush it on, which is really nice. I'm actually currently wearing it. I have to say that this one is my favorite item out of all of the 3 that I got. And the reason for that is because it actually reminds me of something that I'd already been using. This one is from Tarte. And it's the Emphasize Waterproof Amazonian Clay Brow Mousse. So they actually look very similar. I feel like this color matches me a little better. This one is a little bit too dark. This one has a little bit more red in it, I think. But they're very, very similar. I find that the fluid line version from MAC has a much better staying power. I feel like with this one, this is the one from Tarte, I've actually scratched my eyebrow before and come back with my finger dirty, and I'm like, ooh, no. So like if it rained, I'm afraid it would like run down my face. So I've got to say that this actually has really, really great staying power, and I love how I can use an eyebrow brush and really kind of like fill in what I need to, draw in where I need to. It doesn't look fake, it doesn't look cakey. You just have to be very careful with it because you can look like you just drew on your brows because it is a fluid line, actual product. So it's also really nice because if you're missing hairs in a certain area and you need to really be able to draw that in and make it look more natural, sometimes pencils don't quite do that. Sometimes they end up looking really unnatural in an area where you have no hair. And eyeshadows would be even worse at that. This is really great at that. Like filling in those little gaps where maybe you overplucked a little bit and you're just like, ah, crap, how am I going to fix that? This will fix that. It does a really great job of that. So I'm a huge fan of this fluid line. I'm not actually sure if it's permanent, but if it's permanent, that's awesome. I will keep buying this. I think it's actually going to replace my Tarte Emphasize one because of the staying power alone. And the color being a little better makes it an even better option. I think it's actually cheaper too. I believe this fluid line was the fluid line was $15. Let me double check right now, actually. Let's see, the fluid line on MAC Cosmetics right now is, yeah, $15. And I think that the Tarte Emphasize was actually, I think it was a little more expensive. So cheaper and therefore a better product. Awesome. So the next thing that I got is actually something that I already kind of use. The color, this is the little brow duo, so it comes in like those really cool little brow duos that duo eyeshadow cases that they usually release with collections. So it's nice because it keeps them together and it's cheaper than buying these 2 eyeshadows and the container on their own. So it comes with the 2 colors called, oh, actually it doesn't say which 2 colors it comes with. It actually comes with the 2 colors called Coquette and Brune. So Coquette was actually the color I already used on my eyebrows, and then Brune is actually a little darker. I used to use Coquette almost exclusively until I found other options as well. It is actually a really good option, and I think it's more about preference. Like, what do you prefer? Do you prefer to use something like a fluid line or that you brush on, or would you rather use something like an eyeshadow, which really kind of shades even behind, like the skin behind your brows? It's really a matter of preference, and these are actually really great because, like I said, I actually used to use Coquette for a really big chunk of time, and I felt like it was a really great option. So having Coquette and Brune gives you a little bit more versatility in how you make your eyebrows look. Maybe you put the darker one on the edge because that's usually where you want it to be a little darker, and maybe you go a little lighter here at the beginning. You have that option with these, and I like to follow eyeshadows up with a brow grooming gel just to make sure that I lock in the color, but still a really great option. The third thing that I got was actually the Deep Brunette Velux brow liner. So this one's really cool because it actually comes with an actual like brush on one end, and then of course the actual product on the other. I also really liked the consistency of it. It's actually, the color's really great. You can see it right there. And I think it blends in really well with my eyebrows. It gives them a really great color, but I think it's a little bit more severe. You know, I feel like with the fluid line, I have the versatility of going very dark or, you know, dramatic, or going very light in the way that I'm wearing it right now. I think it looks very natural. I feel like with this, I have a little bit less of that versatility. So it's a little harder to use, but I do like the consistency and I do like its staying power. And I also really like the fact that I don't have to go looking for my spoolie. It has one at the end. So it's pretty great in that respect. And color-wise and staying power-wise, I think it's actually pretty great because it is a very dry formula. So, but you know, if you ever needed to kind of fill in where you might have overplucked, this doesn't particularly do the job for me. I think that this is, again, a matter of preference. Like, do you like pencils? Do you like shadows? I think that's what's going to make this decision easier for you. I think if you were someone who had no preference and wanted to know what the best option was, I personally would recommend the fluid line. I think that hands down, it's the best option and the coolest thing that MAC has released in a long time. So those are the 3 things that I got from that collection. And like I said, I recommend all 3. It's a matter of preference, but you know, if my preference were to be asked, I would say the fluid line would be the best option. You can see how dark my hair is. I ended up getting the deep dark brunette color. So, you know, if you're looking for a recommendation and you kind of got the same kind of color shadings going on, that would be a good color to get. So hopefully that helped you guys out, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!